Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and this is the Fiddle channel, and today we're going to play the Spanish two-step. Spanish two-step was a request for Don, one of my supporters on Patreon. This is a Western swing standard and it's based on an old traditional fiddle tune. In 1935, Bob Wills recorded an instrumental version of this, and in 1945 he and Tommy Duncan added lyrics to this. And kind of in parallel, the tune also developed into a different tune, which was a song, San Antonio Rose, which in fact became Bob Wills' biggest hit. So the two were both going at the same time. So one evolved into the other, and you can see how there are elements of San Antonio Rose within the Spanish two-step. The main challenge of this tune is that it's so crooked, and we'll come into that shortly. So it's not even in the terms of the number of beats in the bar. I'm going to give you two versions. I'm going to give you a straightened out version, and I'm going to give you this crooked version. So the straightened out version was sent to me by Don, and he's been playing this kind of as a dance tune, and it makes a lot of sense as a dance tune not to have crooked bars. So I'm going to play that version first, which doesn't exactly match, as I say, the Bob Wills version, but is much easier to play. So let's go at that. I'll do it once without the backing and then with the backing. 1, 2, 3... Now we've got a bit of third position, in fact just one note. If you've never done that before, it's the third finger. You might just practice doing that and eventually hope for the best that you'll get it. A better idea would be to put your first finger down on the A. Practice that, and then with your first finger on, then put your third finger on, and then it's less hit and miss. And then I would go straight down to first position again. If you've never done third position before and want to, I do have a video on how and why. If you don't want to if you want to avoid that for now, then instead of playing the C sharp, play another A. And chances are no one will notice. Okay, let's do that once more, and this time with the backing. Notice I added quite a few open string drones on there, the stuff like that, A and E drones mostly. Now let's look at the original crooked melody. And as to why it's crooked, the melody line follows the vocals. Although having said that, they recorded the instrumental version before they added the vocals, so it may be that the vocals follow the original crookedness, and crookedness and Bob Wills kind of went together. He very often put in odd phrases which didn't really belong, and in old-time music, odd phrases with a bar, with an extra bar or a missing beat are quite common, but in dance music they are a hindrance more than anything else, and Bob Wills did play dance music. So you could argue that this was a failing of his rather than a genius inspiration. But that's up to you to decide. Anyway, so we've got... Now that first bit, it's just actually a syncopation or a slide across the bar line, and it's not as difficult as it sounds. So that's pretty straightforward. Repeat. Now here you've got a 3/4 bar, and then another 3/4 bar, and then a 2/4 bar. You could probably count it a different way. You could make 3 bars of 2 and 4 bars of 2 in fact. Or indeed 2 bars of 4. But I think it's even more confusing to think of it as 2 4/4 bars, strangely. So I'm just going to play from the beginning up to there again. Okay, so far so tricky. Now another 3/4 bar, 2/4, 3/4 bar. So how to learn this, in fact how to approach it. If you are just starting to work this song out with a band or with a duo, then consider, are you going to do it as this crooked original, or are you going to straighten it out? Assuming you decide you are going to go with the crooked original, then maybe learn the words, because that will help you to follow this. Or just go over and over and over the phrases, and eventually they'll settle in your head, and don't count them is another way of doing it. I think probably counting out 3 bars, 3/4 bars and 2/4 bars might be harder than just doing it by ear. Anyway, that's probably up to you. So I'm going to do all of the this section with the backing, and then we'll look at the instrumental section. So I have to say it took me several weeks to learn to play that because of that crookedness. Now there's an instrumental section or solo section which bears a striking resemblance to San Antonio Rose. Then we've got the that chromatic jump up, because we've actually changed key from A to D and we're going back to A, and you will notice that that also happens in Faded Love. We have a key change, and that dum bum bum change at the end of the key change. Okay, so let's just play the instrumental section. And towards the end of that I was just improvising, so there's no transcription of that. And notice that the solo section is straight, it doesn't have any crookedness, which is a wonder and a joy. So don't try soloing over the crooked chord sequence. Save your solos for the instrumental section. Okay, thank you for watching. If you'd like a copy of the sheet music for this, do subscribe to the channel, send me an email. If you'd like to get hold of all of my PDFs, then join me on Patreon, and you'll get them all in a single zip file. And there's, I don't know, 500 of them or something like that now. Okay, thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon.